Hey guys, this is Austin. Some of you might be wondering what my Fiero is all about and how I got into it. Well, I'm going to show you my story today about this car. Here is my 88 GT. This thing is supercharged. So I did the wiring harness myself. That's probably why it looks a little messy there. I would not recommend that. So I've got a 3.4 inch pulley on there. It runs between 13 and 13 and a half quarter miles. I don't have it tuned or anything, but I wasn't happy with the reliability of this, so I'm working on a new engine right now. Do have vertical doors. I'm actually really impressed with these things. They hold up pretty good. They're a lot of fun, and turn some heads too. Here's my interior. It is a GT, but I put that wheel in. And you know, it pretty much got it like this. I think it's pretty clean. Somebody did some custom radio work a long time ago. I'm still cleaning that up, but I'm lazy. Well, here's what she sounds like. So got these, well, I did the slim headlight upgrade. Shaved about 2 inches off the top of the headlights. I think it looks a lot better than it used to. I love the stock look of the tires. I noticed that I have mud flaps and these weird rocker boards. I haven't seen those on any other Fieros, just mine. Put a side scoop on. There's my big intake. That's the biggest air filter you can buy in K&N that'll fit back there. Wheels are actually plasti dipped. They used to be gray. I had my fear about plasti dip, but they turn out to work pretty well. We've got 7-inch wide rims on each side, or on each side of the car. They're a little fat on the front. That's alright for me. I've got two 1560 R15s on the front and two 2560 R15s on the back. I've read that anywhere bigger than that ratio, you're going to run into some sidewall issues. I also got one of the last 5-inch spoiler stands from Fiero Warehouse. Doug sent me one of his last pairs. That's where these scoops came from too. These cars, fell in love with them when I was 10 years old. I always wanted one, tried to buy one when I was a senior in high school, but parents wouldn't let me. I went to school, and while I was working a pretty good paying job during a summer, I had some extra money, and I remember my dream in high school and when I was a kid of having a Fiero. Looked online and bought the Fiero, the Pontiac, the next day. Well, I drove it home and it overheated. Big surprise. Discovered that it had been hit in the front end about twice. That's why there's a little bit of a gap here. In about 2 months, from October to December or November, I put in a 3800 engine with one of my good friends who's done a similar swap on a Firebird. And this one's supercharged, 3.4 inch pulley. And he did the tuning and I did the wiring on it. My idea for this car is I want it to be daily drivable, but yet very powerful. I want to be able to run, 12s, maybe mid 11s at the track. That would be without street tires, but I want to mostly daily drive this thing, so I want it to be reliable, but have enough power to whip basically any high schooler in town that drives their daddy's hot rod, So, since I'm doing another engine, I just decided to buy a whole nother parts car. I think I've got a pretty good setup going. I'm going to attempt E85 on XPZ cam. I got ported heads coming out from a machine shop. Forgot to mention I'm also very cheap, so I'm not into buying just straight stuff from the guys that tell you that online that you need to buy it. So I'm running 130-pound valve springs. Not quite sure the push rods yet. Changing all my gaskets to steel. I'm doing some transmission upgrades. Just basically shafts, hardened shafts for the 4T65. I like the 4T65. It's a good trans, but It's only good for about 300 wheel horsepower. So I started collecting some parts. Here's my Gen 1 and my Gen 2 supercharger. Sorry, my Gen 3 and 5. And then so here's some Chinese exhaust headers, and got a North Star throttle body with an LQ4 MAF, 80-pound injectors. Trying for a shorter head gasket, maybe raise compression up a little bit, because it seems like you can max out your setup pretty easily with that supercharger. Planning on running 91 or 93 and E85 at the racetrack, shooting for 400 horsepower at the track on E85, not intercooled. You know, intercoolers for these things I don't like. They are very restrictive, and yes, they do cool down the air, make it a lot denser, but you know, at what cost? It's also another $500 to $1,000 depending on the kit you get, and it's just not a route that I wanted to go with as much as I want to pay for this thing and the performance that I really need. Here's a parts car I picked up for $300 or so. Currently actually parting it out and salvaging some parts. It's an 84. Weirdest wheels I've ever seen. They're 13-inch. Well guys, that's my 88 GT. Needs a little bit more attention, some body work, but it is what it is. I love it. It's fun to drive. All the old guys everywhere, they're all always into it as soon as they see it. And, you know, I've even had people come up to me in my garage and say, "Oh, I used to have one of these," but you know, everybody's had one. You know, that's twice my age and older. Everybody wanted one, and I haven't met anybody that didn't like them really. Well, you know, I'd like your comments. Go ahead and subscribe too. It helps me to keep this rolling. And if you got any questions for me or any technical questions, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment on YouTube or wherever you see the video, and I'll be getting back to you.